Hey guys, this is Trevy the Great here again with another Warmachine battle report. So yeah, Warmachine. This is eStryker with my Signa army versus another Prime Butcher army. This is a totally different player than all the other Butcher armies I've been playing recently. So lots of Butcher going on, lots of Khador. Not my fault, I swear. Um, so yeah, I'm running the same eStryker list that I usually run, which is obviously eStryker, Squire, Journeyman Warcaster. The Journeyman's got a Hunter, a unit of Gun Mages with the UA. The UA's got a Hunter as well, a unit of Stormblades, and a Hammersmith, and Duke Runewood. This game's actually, we played 36 points today. My opponent was playing around with his list. I guess he wanted to add a couple things and couldn't really find the points for them. So we decided to play 36 just for the heck of it. I added Reinhold to give Stryker either the Lucky Charm dealy or the extra shot with his gun. So not too much, but Reinhold's a little fun solo to have around. Makes my caster a little bit better. My opponent had in his list, he had a unit of Doom Reavers with their UA, a unit of Widowmaker Marksmen, or just Widowmakers. The Marksman's a solo, so no, just the normal Widowmakers. The Behemoth, a unit of Chaosi Eliminators, Butcher, min unit of 3 Mana Wars, and a War Dog. I think that is everything. So, oh, and a Juggernaut. He had a Juggernaut as well. So yeah, obviously, a game is just normal caster kill, no special scenarios here. And here's the setup. The picture's a little blurry, so what I've got is basically stacked my left-hand flank. I've got my my gun mages over there. My the hunters haven't been placed yet. This is after. No, this is before advanced deployment got placed. So the gun mages are over there on the left-hand side. Stormblades are in the middle. Hammersmith on the right with Stryker and all his little buddies. What I really didn't want to do is get too close to Butcher because I know, if Butcher gets up to any of my units, he can just kill it very easily. So I'm trying to keep Stryker away from him until I can get the assassination run off Butcher and basically just play the attrition game until that happens. The one hunter I believe gets deployed up on the hill there in the center, and then the other hunter is put in the sort of lane between the hill and the little tank thing on the left hand side, and I think that's where the 2 hunters get placed in advanced deployment, and that's it. So we'll move on to first turn. So turn bottom of round 1, this is what we've got. Basically my opponent on the left hand side has run up with his Doom Reavers to get as close to the gun mages as possible. I think I misjudged a little distance here. I moved up the gun mages about an inch too close to the Doom Reavers. The gun mages do have snipe. I didn't really need to move them that close, but I did anyway because I'm silly. So the Doom Reavers are a little closer than I'd hoped with the gun mages, and the gun mages weren't able to kill as many as I'd like. So unfortunately, they'll probably get annihilated by Doom Reavers next turn. My opponent killed a whole bunch of the Stormblades with his Widowmakers. I believe he was able to kill 3 Stormblades before my turn. My opponent took the first turn, by the way. He also, basically everything just ran up. Butchers and in his Man of War are behind the big building there in the center of the board, so you can't really see them. Juggernaut's on the other side, moving up to basically try to take out the Hammersmith and make a play on my infantry. And the Chaosi Eliminators are gonna go around the right hand flank and just make an annoyance of themselves. This is the end of my opponent's round 2. Not a heck of a lot's changed. It's basically just moved up. The Juggernaut moved up a little bit and took some pot shots at the Stormblades. Stryker did have deflection up, so he wasn't able to do a lot of damage. He missed because I was on elevation, and his blast damage wasn't able to do anything because they were armed 17. So even at dice minus 10, he wasn't able to do any damage. He killed 1 more of the Stormblades with the Widowmakers, moved up with the Juggernaut and the Man of War and Butcher, and then the Chaosi Eliminators ran up the right flank. The Doom Reavers were able to get a charge off onto the Gun Mages. Now, only one of them, I think, was able to actually get into charge range. The rest of them had to run to tie me up. But unfortunately, I kept my guys clustered together so they could see around that obstruction there. And a lot of them were tied up by the Doom Reavers. Now, their defense 15 was keeping them pretty safe from the Doom Reavers. Doom Reavers needed 8s to hit them, but a hit meant to kill, so that's not a good place to be in at all. So we'll see what I can do on my turn 2. So here's bottom of round 2. Basically, my gun mages on the left-hand side there moved back and took a couple casualties from 3 strikes. Now there's only 3 left, and they were able to kill 1 or 2 more of the Doom Reavers, so slowly but surely whittling them down. My hunters, I think, put a couple shots into the Juggernaut, did a couple points of damage there, just to soften them up a little bit. Stryker in the center there decided to deal with the Eliminators before they could get in and either kill his solos, which are important, or kill him, which is really important. So I put Lucky Charm on him from Reinhold and Path to Victory on him from that other guy, Runewood, and then he was able to charge, velocity and then charge one of them. I think he boosted the first swing, Lucky Charms the second swing, just killed both of them outright. So that was pretty easy. My opponent was not exactly expecting Stryker to be able to advance that fast and kill people. Yeah, other than that, still basically hanging out in the middle. I really don't want to get too close to either the Juggernaut or Behemoth, especially Behemoth. Behemoth can kill me pretty easily. So I'm just playing the waiting game. I can hang out on this on the outcropping there as long as I want. Oh, I also I had one Storeblade left. He just charged into one of the Widowmakers, missed them, but is tying them off in combat now. But yeah, basically, playing the waiting game, waiting for my opponent to come to me, and then the Hammersmith's gonna probably positive charge and then go kill things. This is the top of my opponent's turn. Basically, he's kind of gotten impatient, just run up with just about everything. Behemoth ran up, the Juggernaut advanced, the Man of Wars and Butcher moved up behind that hill there. The Doom Reavers charged again at the Gun Mages and missed every time, so the Gun Mage is getting pretty lucky there, not taking any casualties. And now both units are down to 3 models. Other than that, not a lot to say. Just Behemoth shooting his bombards, and the Widowmakers I think did a couple points of damage to one of the hunters. Can't remember off the top of my head, but not a lot. Oh, one of the Widowmakers moved back to get out of melee range of the Stormblade. Stormblade took his free strike, killed him, and then the Widowmakers killed him. That's what happens. Okay, I think I skipped a photo in my turn by accident, so this is going to be the bottom of the next round, I think. So what's happened is obviously my opponent in his last turn moved up Behemoth pretty brazenly. I retaliated with the Hammersmith. Stryker moved up, put positive charge on him. The Hammersmith moved up and was able to just total Behemoth pretty quickly. The Hunters had already put shots into him, so he was down 7 or 8 points of damage from the Hunters, and then the Hammersmith was able to go in and just do the rest of the damage. So my Hammersmith's got a pretty good history of wrecking Behemoths, and has only gotten wrecked a couple times in return. So that is pretty handy. Pretty handy Hammersmith there. Other than that, the Gun Mages were able to sort of survive the Doom Reavers for another turn. Gun Mages poking them with their little swords. The Doom Reavers stabbing them back with their huge, enormous swords. One of the Gun Mages died, but the other 2 are still alive. So pretty happy to have that unit's turning out in close combat against some pretty elite close combat units. Other than that, that's I think about it. Everyone else, just moved up in my opponent's turn, and my guys sort of hanging out, looking at them. Okay, I think this is the bottom of the last round. No, the next round. Everything's a little blurry right now. So basically, what has been going on is that on the left-hand side, the derp fest between the crazy Doom Reavers and the awesome and suave Gun Mages has been continuing. One of the Gun Mages was able to kill the UA for the Doom Reavers, and then the other one I think went over to kill him. I don't remember exactly how that worked, but anyway, we're down to just the UA for the Gun Mages versus 1 Doom Reaver. And unfortunately, he doesn't have tough anymore, so it's gonna be a little bit easier for me to kill him. I'm not too worried about him dying anymore because what I was worried about is losing the rune shot off of the hunter. But now that pretty much everything is in close combat, it doesn't really matter that much. So what my opponent did was he just continued to move up with the Juggernaut and and Butcher. I put some shots into the. I'd rebuked the Man of Wars last turn, and so he wasn't able to shield wall this turn. So I put some shots into him from the Hunters and killed 2. So there's 1 Man of War left. Then I think in the next turn the Hunters put a couple more shots into the Juggernaut, did a couple more points of damage to him, while the last Man of War moved up and just was mean and stuff. So yeah. Other than that, the Juggernaut tried to charge the Hammersmith. He was just out by about half an inch, so he wasn't able to do any damage there. And the Butcher is hanging out behind him. This basically means that the Butcher is putting himself in charge range of Stryker, which means I'm probably going to be able to kill him pretty soon, although he does have a big Warjack in the way, which is scary. So we'll have to deal with the Juggernaut somehow. What I'm hoping I can do is get the Hammersmith to smite the Juggernaut over Butcher, and then follow up into Butcher and do a bunch of damage, hopefully killing him. This is bottom of my turn. So basically what's happened is that the Hammersmith got positive charged, and got a bunch of focus put on him. He swung 2 times at the... actually, no, he only got... I don't remember how much focus I put on him, but he swung a couple times at the Juggernaut, killed him with his initial attack, so he wasn't able to smite him, which was unfortunate. I realized that it probably would have been better to shoot the Hunters at the last Man of War instead of shooting them at the Juggernaut, because that would have given the Juggernaut enough hit points for me to be able to smite him over Butcher and hopefully still kill him. But hindsight is 20/20, I guess. I always seem to kill things with the Hammersmith rather than smite them, which is unfortunate for me. And other than that, not a lot happening. My whole little posse with Stryker moving back to behind that hill there. Stryker's going to be able to be in charge range of Butcher next turn, provided that Butcher doesn't just run away, which is a possibility. But I don't think that my opponent really has any chance of winning the game right now. So his pretty much his only bet is basically just move up and try to kill as much as possible. So Stryker's got Arcane Shield on him, and he's hanging out with his little solos in the back there. And last photo of the game, my opponent decided to go out swinging and wrecked the Hammersmith with Butcher, which I was okay with because Stryker was able to just move up over there. Reinhold put Lucky Charm on him. Runewood put Path to Victory on him, and Stryker just velocityed up, charged, and overloaded, and was able to kill Butcher in 1 or 2 hits. So that's how a lot of my games end, is Stryker standing next to Butcher with a giant sword. So good game to my opponent. Hope you guys enjoyed this battle report. Not a lot of tactical brilliance there. Huge dirt fest by the Doom Reavers and the Gun Mages. The Gun Mages actually outclassed the Doom Reavers in close combat, which was weird. But I was rolling pretty well. My opponent wasn't, and that's how it goes, I guess. All things considered, I don't think either of those units really mattered this game, because all they did was tie each other up, and even if I had lost the Gun Mages, I would have been able to deal with the Doom Reavers with Stryker or with some of the shooting that I had, so it wasn't that big of a deal. And the Gun Mages pretty much didn't do anything anyway, so I was happy with how they turned out. Holding up a unit of Doom Reavers is always a good thing, and that's all I got. So again, Hammersmith is sweet, kills heavy Warjacks. Hammersmith killed 2 heavy Warjacks this game, pretty good for him. And I hope you all enjoyed this battle report. Please check out my channel for more awesome battle reports.